Hi, I'm Nicole Gill. I am a vice president at SKD Knickerbocker, which is a political consulting firm. And my primary role is probably to coordinate paid media campaigns. So I do everything from buying time to making the ad, setting up TV shoots, standing behind the camera. And I also do kind of a mix of strategic communications and press work when necessary. I kind of get thrown in to all aspects of our business. My best day on the job is actually pretty easy, and it was recently. I had the pleasure of being with Edie Windsor when she found out that she won her Supreme Court case, which was the DOMA case this year. So I worked on a project for about the first 6 months of the year, helping to organize and coordinate all of the gay rights and civil rights advocates that were working on the 2 gay marriage cases before the Supreme Court. And that morning, June 26th, I was at Robbie Kaplan's apartment, sitting across the table from Edie when she found out she won, and that was kind of surreal. And it's still a little surreal to think that I was there. And Edie didn't actually realize that she had won right away. She is an 84-year-old woman, so staring at SCOTUS blog is not the easiest way for her to communicate. So it wasn't until I think Robbie screamed at the top of her lungs, we all kind of jumped up, and her friend sitting next to her kind of started shaking her and saying, we won, and everybody celebrated. So, and I was with her the whole day, kind of staffing them, and I helped run the press conference that day and helping them with interviews and whatnot, and the reactions to Edie was just out of this world and amazing to be a part of. My political idol. I have loved her since my history teacher in high school introduced me to her. And this is a little different because I grew up in Canada, so I studied Canadian politics and history most of my life until I moved here about 5 years ago. But I had this amazing high school history teacher that was one of my biggest early mentors in my life. And she quickly realized that I would like Eleanor Roosevelt. And she gave me her biography, and I was hooked. I loved Eleanor. I ended up writing a paper on her that year. I've been to Hyde Park, and I actually just went to the Roosevelt Museum that reopened, or opened for the first time recently. So I think she's great. She was such a strong woman. She fought for what she believed in. She's a New Yorker, so that would be my pick. Who needs a business card in 5 years? They're kind of a waste of paper. I'm going to attack the question because I think it's kind of a funny thing. No, really, I don't really think people need business cards in 5 years, except maybe to win a free lunch at Chili's. Well, I think I stayed more on message in this interview than my only other interview experience when I was 4. I got interviewed by my town newspaper. They were interviewing kindergartners about the decade turning to 1990. That was when I was 4, turning 5. And I said some really great things, like when people who live in apartments can't cook, and when they learn to cook, they get a house, which is ironic given that I now live in New York City and can cook in my apartment. And I also offered that my dad would lend the mayor a hammer to build more parks in our city. So this one might have gone a little bit better.